We did it. We finally did it. I managed to collect the entire U.S. Sega Genesis library. Took a while, 7 years to be exact, but I now have all 690 plus officially licensed U.S. titles, along with the entire Accolade library, some cool accessories, and some oddities. But before we sum up this lengthy journey, let's go back to where it all started. In 2013, I dabbled in Genesis collecting while in college for video game design and development, after noticing a Genesis bundle for $20 and a ton of loose games at a local pawn shop downtown London. I collected a handful of notable titles, Beavis and Butthead, Aladdin, and True Lies in my first stop, and the bug stuck with me when I arrived home from school in Windsor later that year. The collection started small but grew rapidly after excessive visits to local game stores, Goodwill, Value Village, and yard sales. I bought, kept what I needed, traded up, and got many of my Genesis games and other valuable titles for free or close to. It didn't matter what title was on the shelf. If it was something I didn't have, I would buy and try it. Especially games I'd never heard of. Doing this early on and continuing this strategy throughout the years allowed me to complete my Genesis collection a lot quicker than I would have ever intended. Where many people were buying $60 high-tier titles, I would buy 4 uncommon titles I'd never heard of for the same price. My first videos were recorded using a tube TV and the webcam of the only laptop I had at the time. The quality was questionable, to say the least. The few dollars I did make off YouTube ad revenue helped me purchase my 2 camcorders along the way, and most recently the analog Mega SG I use to record Genesis games now. I only ever made purchases in Ontario, Canada, and really only traveled to video game stores from Windsor to Kitchener. These were the final 8 games I needed, and rather than spending money on gas, hoping to find something I didn't have, I paid a little extra and got them delivered with no worries. Well, almost. These 8 games, along with a handful of others, are the only games I ordered on eBay, and I'd say about 90% of my entire collection was found locally. Oh yeah, and the final game, Vapor Trail. Took like a month to get here, but finally did.
I do have one plan.
What are you gonna do with these guys?
Oh, nothing really. I just always wanted to open a door to a room where people are being trained like in James Bond movies.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Wrong door. Alrighty then, now let's get back to the Genesis collection in 2020. It's insane to me looking back on that decision in 2013 to pursue an entire US Sega Genesis collection that I actually saw it through. Heavily inspired by discovering and binging AVGN episodes around this time, this tends to be what recording a Sega Genesis video looks like nowadays. Here's a sample of Musha on the analog SG. I guess you could say it's a step or two above a tube TV and a laptop webcam. At times this goal was a little overwhelming, and I'm not one to have much money at all at any time. So at times I also didn't see finishing this collection actually possible. In October of 2015, I got a job at a local game store and worked there for nearly 4 years, managing the store for 2 years. Due to a severe lack of direction and communication from the chain owner, the stores have suffered greatly over the years, and nearly all of the staff I worked with, including myself, were swiftly terminated one Sunday afternoon in 2019. I learned a ton and got a bunch of new experience, and managed to grab a few Genesis games over the years I otherwise would not have been able to without the position I was in. But it shows that with some hard work, perseverance, and game trading skills, you can achieve any collecting goal you dream of. I guess my next goal is to box up the rest of my cartridges with manuals and get the content ball rolling for this year. But for now, I'd just like to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and